This vid's going to show you how to solo farm for the exotic sword Heartshadow. Continuing this dungeon exotic solo farming series, I'm going to complete the full mile because I'm already more than halfway. So we've got Navigator to do for Goes to the Deep for people, and Hierarchy of Needs for Spy the Watcher. This will complete the series. There are 3 other exotic dungeon exotics that I'm not covering as follows: Xenophage, Galahorn and Wishender. These 3 exotics are available via particular dungeon quests. I do not have those dungeon quests because I've done those exotics years ago. So if you're somebody that does not have Xenophage, Galahorn or Wishender, you need to do their respective quests. You just follow a guide for that and you just go about your business doing that. My series is focusing on the dungeon exotics that are a random drop chance from the final boss of a dungeon checkpoint. So we've done them all up. Only thing I haven't done for you yet is Navigator and Hierarchy of Needs. That'll complete the series. Understand me now. Right, so why is Heartshadow so good? It's a sleeper pick. Reason being is because it does competitive damage in the game. It gets 10% Edge of Fate damage bonus. It's got weakening in its kit. And it's got invisibility in its kit as well. The catalyst, don't worry about it. It doesn't really do much at all for you. So if you're somebody that gets it and you haven't got the catalyst is very easy to get, by the way. But if you feel as though you don't want to get the catalyst for it, you don't have to. This exotic is good without the catalyst is what I'm trying to explain to you. This exotic sword has so many things going for it, and it's very competitive on damage. It almost matches a Wolfsbane Burning Ambition for damage on over a 30-second damage window, which there'll be a clip showing you that. It's matching almost Wolfsbane. Wolfsbane will do more total damage though. It's got a hell of a lot more total damage. But on that burst damage scene, Heartshadow's doing very well because it's got weakening in it, right? And it's got a lot of invisibility. It's got 63 sword ammo, so if you want to use this as a utility exotic and give invisibility and weakening to builds that don't have it, for example, Stasis Titan, Prismatic Titan, maybe some Warlock builds that don't have invis, maybe a Hunter build that doesn't have invis, you will get precisely 147 seconds of invisibility with this exotic. 147 seconds, because it costs 3 sword ammo for a heavy attack. That gives 7 seconds of invis, which can be buffed, I believe, by certain void fragments. But base, you get 147 seconds. This sword has trapped Graviton Forfeit into it. It has made Graviton Forfeit almost useless. Yeah, the Nightstalker class, almost useless by just having Heartshadow. It's built in. It's got Nightstalker built into it. Do you not understand? It's extremely it's got a lot of utility for it, and it's got a lot of damage built into it as well. It doesn't do quite as much as some other sword damage, but man, is it extremely viable. So those are the reasons why you need Heartshadow if you haven't got it already. Right, so on with the farm. You're gonna get a D2 checkpoint off Destiny2checkpoint.com, or grab it off a friend for Duality. You're going to get a Duality checkpoint for Catel. No, we're not farming Nightmare of Garan. I've put him in many body bags this season. But today, we're putting Catel in a body bag and showing you how to farm her, right? By getting a checkpoint, and you can do this rather quickly as well. So I'm going to go back to Titan because we've just showed you a Hunter build and a Walk build. So we're going back to Titan and showing you a farm on Titan for Duality. Very similar to the Sundered Doctrine setup. We're keeping things standardized. What you need to understand is, if I do a French tablecloth build, if a viewer's watching this, chances are he doesn't have a French tablecloth build. So if I run Finality's Auger, you're going to say, I haven't got it. You should be farming it, by the way. It is farmable in the game right now. I've proved that. But you say, I haven't got Finalities. I can't use it. Well, you have Exotic Mint, because it's Season Pass Exotic. So we're going with Season Pass Exotic to standardize the video so that the players that actually don't have Heartshadow have a better chance of getting it if I show you a build that you can copy. So we're going weapon-wise, new Exotic Mint, a solar primary of your choice, use Yurtide if you've got it. This is my main. This is not my main Yurtide, but use Yurtide if you got it. If not, mini tool. I'm aware that people missed out on your tide, so just use mini tool. And an eager-edged sword. An eager-edged sword is very handy in this. You'll be very surprised. So we're going to go all in damage for exotic mint. It's fine. I'm using Sympaceps. If you want to use Skullfort, you can use it. I just haven't got round to focusing it yet just because I haven't. Because I've got a massive D2 vault clean situation to do this week. And once I get everything cleaned, I'll start focusing some random exotics that I haven't got, like Peregrine Greaves, Skullfort, and some other exotics on Warlock and Hunter, etc. So I'm just going simple. Sympaceps is fine. So you're using two builds. Run and build with Sympaceps, and then DPS build with Curious of the Fallen Star. Let's cover aspects and fragments so that you're right. T-Crash, Rally Barricade, Seismic Strike, Pulse Nade, Storm's Keep, Knockout. Fragments are Resistance, Shock, Focus, and Frequency. So that's our run and build. There'll be a dim link anyways. Resistances are kind of important in this a little bit. Solar Resist and Arc Resist for run and build with Concussive Dampener, yes. Scavs on because you want that. Yeah, some scavs on. Everything else doesn't matter. You do need Healthy Finisher on because you're going to surge swap. Healthy Finisher is important on run and build. You're then going to swap to DPS surge build, and you will see that now I have surge on. Triple strand weapon surge, elemental time dilations, super fonts, and double solar resist concussive dampener will help you out in this fight. I highly recommend double solar resist in this. Don't go sniper resist, you don't need it. Just double solar resist concussive dampener is the one for this when you're DPSing Catel. Rock a high weapon stat and a high super stat. I mean, I didn't even rock that high of a super stat. Bear in mind, I've got two double super font on there, right? But, yeah, that's what we went with. And obviously the weapons are the same. Artifact mods that matter. Not a lot matters in this, if we're honest. Shield Crush, Radiant Shrapnel, Fever and Chill for Mini Tool, Discount on Scarves, Fairy Proliferation and Pack Tactics does work with new exotic mint, but Energy Acceleration does not work with the exotic mint, but it does work with regular mint Retrograde. That's all that matters. Overload SMG, I guess, because that gives you a little bit of extra DR, because you overload ads if you didn't know. It's not just for overload champions, it's for all enemies, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, Barrier Pulse, I mean, does that matter? No, not really. But yeah, I'm wearing two-piece smoke. That doesn't matter either, really. You're alright, but I mean, if you've got two-piece smoke, I feel as though that's the standard armor that people rock in PvE nowadays because of the DR. So there's a high chance that you have a two-piece smoke. I'm just saying that you should probably use two-piece smoke in this. And that's all of the information on with this, on with the farm. Before we start the farm, I just want to show you a quick comparison between Heartshadow and Wolfsbane Burning Ambition with the tricks with Nano Assault over a 30-second damage rotation for each, showing you and comparing the damage. We even done the tricks light, heavy, then swap to get half Nano Assault back. This is Burning Ambition, by the way. This isn't Attrition Orbs. No surges was used in any of these clips. So, yeah, we're doing the tricks. It's, like I say, it's over a 30-second damage rotation or so, just about, give or take. We just want a rough estimate number on how much damage Heartshadow does compared to Wolfsbane. So look at that. 30-second damage rotation. We stop. The shooting all says 49k. 49k for reference. Here we go. Let's go in with Heartshadow. Bear in mind, Wolfsbane has a lot more total damage because it's got much more ammo. But that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at burst damage here on a 30-second damage rotation. So we just keep doing light swings. Every time I get my heavy attack, I'll use it. It's a providing us a weakening look. It's hitting way harder than you think. Just watch this. Remember, Wolfsbane takes a lot of work for damage rotations. This is much easier than that. And it provides a lot of utility. Just watch this damage. Same again, roughly the same time, about 30 seconds. You can time it yourself if you want. Just roughly. 45k. Only 3,000 points less. And the trade-off is you get infinite invis. Look at this. I'm just showing you that you get... We don't get infinite invis. You get precisely 147 seconds of invis over the course of 63 sword ammo. Okay, so top right of the screen, you'll see an image. Sun top left, axe top right, dog bottom left, cup bottom right. These are the mechanics for duality. You're going to banner up and you're going to start the encounter. There'll be bellbearers spawning, but you're going to look to middle to see what symbols you get out of the 4 that I mentioned. You're going to have to dunk 4 symbols to get to DPS, 2 at every time. So I've got axe and dog. You can see the symbols in middle. That's mechanic number 1. Then you're going to kill 2 bell bearers on any side that you like, shoot the bell to go to the Nightmare Realm, and you're going to go to each symbol that you got. So I got axe and dog. That's bottom right, bottom left. You need to remember that for your routing. So if you get bottom right, bottom left like that, and you're going diagonal between symbols, consider killing your bell bearers on the way to your next symbol. Make sure you pick up that symbol after the Scion is defeated. Then you've got your 2 symbols to dunk in the normal realm. Do you see the mechanics? The 4 bell bearers in middle need to be killed so that you get an exit point because Nightmare collapsing. If Nightmare collapsing reaches 0 seconds, you die. Eager Edge is very nice for this. It makes everything very comfortable. And it's very comfortable for DPS as well. You don't even need a heavy weapon to DPS this boss, because Exotic Mint matches most heavy weapons, if not does more damage than most heavy weapons in the game. That's how crazy it is. Bungie's made an exotic pulse that matches heavy weapons or better than. This allows you to run Eager Edge, because players who lack skill will have their skill enhanced if they rock Eager Edge. It bumps, they punch above their weight. If a player that lacks movement pops on Eager Edge, they will punch above their weight for movement, which is very good for this fight at DPS. All come to fruition when you see it. When you've dunked your final symbols, we've got another set here. We've got axe and dog. In actual fact, it's the same exact symbols as what we got on the first phase. So we're going to shoot yet another bell to go and get our next set of symbols, which is axe and dog, the same. So we're repeating. There's 2 Colossus at the either side of the map. Never deal with the Colossus. Your goal is to outrun the Colossus and their blinding attacks. Always stay on the move through mid and use Eager Edge. Sword. Look at that Seismic Strike. If you want to use a bit of Seismic Strike, you can as well. Just melt them. You can use Thunderclap with Skullfort as well. I'm not against you doing that. It really is up to you. That's a play choice. That's a playstyle choice. It really doesn't matter either way, as long as that you understand that those bell bearers need to be safely taken care of, and that you don't wipe, of course. Alright, so now we've got on our final 2 symbols. Remember, Centurions spawn for every symbol that's dunked. There is a possible chance of wipe. If you dunk when you're red barred, you will die. So just get a heel clip kill or a melee kill, then dunk. Dunk at full health and you're fine. Dunk at full health. It's common sense that, right? Or it should be. We dunk our final symbol. When you dunk your final symbol, make sure you got free armor charges via orb mods, whether it be heavy-handed, solar siphon, or whatever you're using. Just make sure you got free armor charges. Then shoot the chains. Shoot the chains and come to this location. There you go. And then we're going to search swap. See? We search swap there. Make sure there's no bell bearers in the middle. And then we sword the Centurion packs. Kill the 2 in middle immediately with the sword. And then check the boss. Catel has the RNG chance to go to 3 different bells. You need to cut Catel off. Then shoot the bell just before Catel gets to that bell. And then pulse grenade, T-crash. Then rally barricade goes up. Do not stand too close to the boss if you're using new exotic mint, because the detonation damage does self-inflicted damage. Look, I'm too close. Do you see that? I was standing a meter too close, but that's fine. We can use Eager Edge to get out of that situation. Check Catel next. She goes middle. So we shoot middle. There we go, shoot middle. Barricade goes up. And you want to do 7 detonation shots. You are going to get weakish, yes, but you've got your barricade to soak up damage. And then when the resonance timer ends, you go in with either a melee charge or sword for the last set of bell bearers. You shoot the bell again, you get Awakening Resonance, get that damn barricade up, and there we go. Solar Resist is going to help out massively with this. I could have ran Wolfsbane in this, or even Lament. Yeah, I imagine Lament to probably steal Solar 2-phase this boss. Probably, even though Lament's in a bad spot, it probably would. And Wolfsbane definitely would as well. But I'm going with more of a standardized loadout to sort of say, just use new exotic mint because it does all the damage in the world. You can super the boss twice in a damage rotation, and it allows you to run a sword and Eager Edge so that you can fight against Catel's movement to stop Catel. Because what's Catel wanting to do? She wants to get to the bell to escape. You're stopping Catel to get to the bell. Do you understand how it works? So now you need to look for your symbols. So I think I've got axe and the other symbol I didn't quite catch when I was watching it back. But I think it might have been sun. We'll just see what I end up doing here. So I've got axe. Yeah, it is right. It's axe and sun. So axe and sun is 2 top. So the routing's a little different. It is important that you get that in your mind and visualize your routing before you come here. If you're new to this, that is very important. So like if it is axe and sun, you understand that you're going to go to Axe or Sun and eager edge over the way to where you need to be. If it's bottom right, top left, you need to cut through the middle of the map. That's a little different. You've got to consider that, because the bellbears might push you back and such. So you're routing, you've got to get that clear in your mind. I know it might sound simple to veterans, but that little trick is something that I was thinking about when I used to solo Flawless Duality back in the day when it came out. Back in the day, Duality Solo Flawless was a bit of a hell. Not now. It's a complete cakewalk compared to what it used to be. It's nothing like what it used to be. I would go as far to say as this is one of the easiest dungeons to solo Flawless now. It's not as easy. I mean, Shattered Throne's easier than this for sure, but there's a hell of a lot more dungeons in the game that are harder than this for sure. So same thing. We're going for our symbols. Yeah. Look, I'm cutting over through these bellbearers. So it was Dog and Sun in this case. But as I was going across mid there, it was worth my while just to quickly kill those bellbearers, because we need to do that anyways. The time on this is very favourable as well. Especially got Eager Edge. You're flying. You're zooming through the Nightmare Realm. Now you can solo one phase this boss with a couple of different builds. Especially Hunter Grapple Melee. Oh, it melts in this. For sure. But most casuals won't be able to pull that tech off. Yeah, we're going with something for everyday players here. That's what I'm aiming. That's my target audience for this one. Is players who don't have Heartshadow. Do you think a specialist player who can solo one phase this boss doesn't have Heartshadow? The chances of that are very unlikely. The players who don't have Heartshadow are players who are not experts. Therefore, they cannot solo one cycle Catel because they're not an expert. Do you understand it? The chances of you running into a Guardian in the wild that doesn't have Heartshadow but can solo one cycle Catel is extremely rare. Extremely rare on that. So yeah, we're on final phase. We ran through that very quickly. We saw the two bellbears in mid. Catel goes right. Look at this. See, that's why Seismic Strikes are good. We're cutting Catel off. Cut Catel off so that she stomps. Then you shoot your bell. Boom. Pulse grenade goes in. T-crash, then rally barricade. Stand back a little bit. Learn from my mistake a little bit on the first phase, and don't stand too close. Yeah, you don't need to stand so close. And the boss is done. Cooked. We melt Catel on this. Very easy to pull off this. Just we're establishing where Catel goes. She goes right rather than mid. Sword comes in. Look. Very easy with the sword. So that's how you solo farm Duality for Heartshadow. Heartshadow is worth your time. It's an incredible sword in the game right now. It never used to be, but nowadays it is. So that's the farm for Heartshadow. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.